Welcome to GSC 203, Introduction to Philosophy and Logic, Module 2, Unit 3, Modern Period of Philosophy. Roughly speaking, the Age of Reason was in the 17th century and the Age of Enlightenment was in the 18th century. These ages recorded serious advances in science, the growth of religious tolerance, and the rise of liberalism. These ages marked the real beginnings of modern philosophy. In large part, the period can be seen as an ongoing battle between two opposing doctrines, rationalism and empiricism. Modern age, that's the Age of Reason and the Age of Enlightenment. We must note here that the revolution that took place in philosophical thought in these two ages was sparked by the French philosopher and mathematician René Descartes. He was the first figure in the loose movement known as rationalism. His method was known as methodological skepticism, and its aim was to dispel skepticism. Other great figures of rationalism, one of them is Baruch Spinoza. He built up a strikingly original self-contained metaphysical system in which he rejected Descartes' dualism in favor of a kind of monism, where mind and body were just two different aspects of a single underlying substance, which might be called nature. We also have Gottfried Leibniz, who declared that this must be the best possible world simply because it was created and determined by a perfect God. According to his theory, the real world is actually composed of eternal, non-material, and mutually independent elements he called monads, and the material world that we see and touch is actually just phenomena. There was Nicolas Malebranche. He believed that what appears to be interaction between body and mind is caused by God, but in such a way that similar movements in the body will occasion similar ideas in the mind, an idea he called occasionalism. British empiricism. This movement was represented by three main philosophers, John Locke, Bishop George Berkeley, and David Hume. In John Locke's idea, his idea actually represented a kind of modified skepticism. He believed that the real inner natures of things derive from what he called their primary qualities, which we can never experience and so never know. Like Avicenna, Locke believed that the mind was a tabula rasa and that people are born without innate ideas. David Hume believed strongly that only experience and observation should be the foundations of any logical argument. Although he never openly declared himself an atheist, he found the idea of a God effectively nonsensical, given that there is no way of arriving at the idea through sensory data. Some other philosophers of the period, aside the above discussed philosophers, there were some other non-aligned philosophers of the period, such as Thomas Hobbes, Blaise Pascal, Voltaire, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, Edmund Burke. Age of Enlightenment. We have Immanuel Kant. He was a German philosopher who appeared towards the end of the Age of Enlightenment. A whole movement called Kantianism developed in the wake of his work. According to Kant, empiricism and rationalism could be combined. Late modern period. An important figure of this period was Karl Marx, who is popularly known for his Marxist theory, including the concepts of historical materialism, class struggle, the labor theory of value, the bourgeoisie, etc. In conclusion, the general discussion of philosophy in this age was a focus on human survival as well as the composition of man. It also examined the nature of the human society as well as the history of humankind. Thank you. Remember to refer back to your course material for further reading.